thought I'd do a real quick video on the technique I use to create these quick kind of down and dirty renders, just to convey the idea of what I'm trying to get across to the client. Here it's a project that we had done the house previously, and we were looking at some changes to better suit the conditions as they existed. Before this, there was this area that was pretty much open without any enclosure, and so the rest of the house was complete. And the client, being right on the water, wanted to go ahead and try to protect himself from the harsh environment there with the winds and rain. He says that sometimes can blow sideways. So we were going to take this covered terrace area, covered patio area, and outdoor room is what we call, and go ahead and add some paneled doors so that it could also be opened during nice days, and that way he has that flexibility. These windows and walls didn't exist either, so we went ahead and just it was a very simple render. But anyhow, what I do is I just go up to Final View with Shadows, and I take a screenshot of that. Simple. Once I have the screenshot of that, I save it. I'll say temp. Okay. And then I take that same view that I already have, and I go down to line drawing, and it takes a second here to generate. This is actually my older computer. I have a new one that has a much better video card, but this will work for this. Okay, so here's that line drawing, and so you know, I set it pretty low as far as the thickness of the lines, keeping it pretty sharp. And so now I just take another screenshot of that view, like that, and I'll say temp. Well, I'll just add some numbers because it's just nonsense files. Okay, now I'm going to go into Photoshop, and I will now open the first image up, and there we have it. And I will open up the other line drawing image. There we have that. I will select all on this image with the line drawing, and I will add a layer, and I will say edit paste, and that pastes it in. Now I'm going to go ahead and go up to blending options, and what I want is an overlay. And what the overlay does is actually it creates kind of an interesting effect with the background image too, where I actually kind of like it, where it's not so starkly digital. It looks almost semi-painted. But anyhow, so I'll just quickly align this background image up with that, and I'll just make some minor adjustments with my keypad. Okay, so that's about there, and I lower my opacity on that somewhat. Actually, it looks like I need to align it just slightly more. There we go. So now I'm going to create a new layer real quick just to give it some of the final touches that you saw, because obviously I don't need some of this other stuff. So I'll go ahead and start to paint just white using, this is just a standard default brush actually that I like. And so it kind of creates a vignette effect. And I can get rid of some of this stuff that I don't need. Image, erase this out, and then I'll just kind of add some edging. Put that up there. And then I'll add my text, and I'll export it in a lower res file because those are pretty high res, and it'll actually give it an anti-aliasing effect that makes it look more blended. So anyhow, that's what I do. Thanks a lot.